On behalf of Kitsap County and the Rotary Club of Bainbridge Island, I want to thank all of you and all of the volunteers, all of our service individuals that are assisting on a fantastic recycle program, and a program that is bar none to any other program in the world that I've seen. Because of you people coming in and purchase things, we are doing some amazing things with Rotary back into the community and internationally. It's because of you coming here, volunteers, that we can do this. This is something that takes 600 volunteers, 100 Rotarians, just to try to pull this thing together in 2 weeks. I thank you, and I thank all of the community for the support. My name is Steve Bentley. I'm a Rotarian. I'm this year's auction chair. Sometimes I think I was insane to do it, but I can tell you it was the most enjoyable thing that I've done with Rotary.
Well, here we are at Linwood Center and in the Linwood Theater, which was the only hangout when we were kids on the south end of Bainbridge Island. And it's ironic because this is where Rotary was born on Bainbridge Island. Just 2 doors down was a variety store where Ron Donaldson was the operator, and next door was Judd Huney's Market, groceries and general merchandise. Around the corner was Hank Larson's Lumber Yard. And later on, Rotarians, Glenn Nolte ran the theater. Eddie Rollins was the postmaster, just 3 doors up. And these people, along with Ray Williamson and Mike Dunamaker and Roy Agus and a wide variety of other good people on this island, started the Rotary Club. We went out around the island a couple nights a week and on weekends, driving their trucks, and we went through every barn, every attic, every basement, places that I don't think anybody had carted stuff out of for years. And we hauled it all down to the Winslow shipyard. And there was a big warehouse down there where they used to build boats, and we stacked it up and sorted it. In those days, Rotary was all men, but the wives were very involved, and they came down and sorted and tried to fix up some of the items. Some of the stuff went to the garbage dump, but most of it was ready for sale. And boy, it was a big job, and we had a lot of fun doing it. The night before the sale, the Rotarians said, you guys can come on in and you can take any item you want, pick any item you want to take home. And I'll always remember I picked a zebra rug, which had been donated by Mr. and Mrs. Hallberg out at the country club. And was a zebra that Mr. Hallberg had shot in Africa, and they'd made it into a rug. It was really neat, I thought. So I took it, had it in my college dorm a couple years later, and kept it for a long time. The day of the auction arrived, and I don't think these Rotarians or anybody else had ever worked so hard. But boy, Mr. Greenfield came over from Seattle to be the auctioneer from Greenfield Auctions House, and he raised a lot of money in those days. $25,000 was a lot of money, and it looked like the library was going to be a success. And so Rotary, service. I look at Bainbridge Island today, and you know, every time you drive around a corner or every time you take a different road, you're gonna find the Rotary Club and what they've done. I can tell you about kids who I went to school with whose families were so poor that they didn't have a floor in their house, and Rotary sent those kids to college. You look at the ball fields, look at the community projects, look at almost everything that's been constructed on the island for the public good, and they've had a piece of it. So it might have just started here, but it expanded all over the island, and it's still a relatively small Rotary Club, only less than 100 members, and they raise immense amounts of money, and I give every one of them a lot of credit. They've made the island a much better place to live.
This is something I do along with the 4th of July for the Chamber. But the Rotary does such good things for the community, not just this community either. That it's just great to at least put forth some effort.
Yeah, it's wild and crazy and fun, but it's going great. You know, people look forward to it and they have a wonderful time. You know, but it's worth all the work too. We have a good time.
Hi, I'm Phil Rockefeller. I'm a state senator here in Washington State. I live on Bainbridge Island. I've been here for 35 years. And during that time, I've been both a regular member of Rotary, and in more recent years, when I've been spending a lot of time in Olympia, I've been an honorary member of the local Rotary Club of Bainbridge Island. It's a wonderful group. It's been a privilege to be associated with them over the years. And I think of them as leaders in our community in taking care of neighbors in need, and also making it possible for other organizations to succeed in their mission of helping other folks in the community. They have earned a reputation as a leader in raising money by the ingenious method of the world's largest yard sale. And it works. Each year it gets bigger and better. And they also have a wonderful exchange program where students from here on Bainbridge are able to go to overseas locations with host families from Rotary clubs in other countries, in other parts of the world, learn about those communities and cultures and come back home. And the same works in reverse. Our Rotary Club makes it possible for kids from other parts of the world to come here, learn a little bit about America and the great Northwest, and live with people here on Bainbridge Island.
Well, I've been at this since 1989. I used to chair this 2 years in a row until I decided I just wanted to be a plain old volunteer. Yeah, we have a great time here. The Bainbridge residents are just so generous with their donation. Yeah, so we hope we double it this year.
I think I never experienced something like this before. I came from Virginia, so we don't have nothing like this there.
And quite honestly, the very first Rotary meeting that I attended, I said, what is it how do I get to be a member of this great organization? And realized it wasn't just showing up at lunches. I mean, they had to kind of look one of the candidates over and decide what do they have the time in their life, and in this time in their life, to contribute to the organization. And earning one's way onto the organization is the way I thought about it, was different than other organizations on the island. If you wanted to volunteer, people loved your help. And although that was the case with Rotary, what I sensed in going to the noon meetings, or now the evening meetings as well, is that there is a dedication amongst the people there in the Rotary organization to the efforts of the organization, not just to fulfill an individual's desire, but something in addition to that, to being part of an organization and so that the result was something larger than just wanting to learn about the community and wanting to volunteer. But of course, the fact that how much money goes back into the community to keep the lights on and keep the doors open of all the organizations that are doing good things in the community, helping to build a stronger community. Rotary supports those organizations, and without that support, many of those organizations would not be able to succeed, and this community would not be as strong as it is today. People come up to me often and say, I'm new in the community, and this is a great community, but I don't know how to get involved. Where can you make some phone calls? Can you tell me who to talk to? I would say to them, please start at Rotary. Rotary consists of people from all segments of the community, from all the nonprofits, from the business community, from the arts community. You're going to get to know all of the options there are at one place, at a lunchtime or a dinner meeting. And in addition to hearing and seeing the people involved with those various organizations, you're going to see that at Rotary, that might meet your needs alone, because they are so important to every segment in the community. They're important to the nonprofits, to the business community. It builds a strong business community who get to know each other. It's built on relationships. It's not public relations, it's public relationships that are built. It's not civic relations, it's civic relationships that grow out of the Rotary. And if you want to become part of the community, to me, I interpret that to mean you are interested in building strong relationships and being part of the foundation of the community. I can't think of a better place to do that than the Rotary.
I love the ambiance, I just think it's fun. And it's wonderful for the causes Rotary does so much for the island, all over.
We're looking for inflatables to take to the beach. Yeah, we've got a 20-month-old who wants to run all over and be outside, so we want to get him whatever he can to do that with. So